Our first reading from this morning and the gospel that was just read to you are linked together by this phrase that's in the gospel. Whoever receives a prophet, because the person is a prophet, will receive a prophet's reward. The woman in our first reading receives the prophet Elisha and therefore receives a blessing for her graciousness and her hospitality. Elisha is the prophet who took the place of his master, Elijah. Elisha continues now to announce God's message and is known as a holy man. The woman of Shunem extends a welcome to Elisha. She not only provides food for Elisha, but she sets aside a room on the roof of her house for him and provides him all the comforts during his frequent visits. This hospitality extends to his assistant as well. Such kindness is not unnoticed by Elisha and by God. Elisha promises what the woman has longed for, a child. The woman's generosity to the prophet was surpassed by the benevolence of God. St. Paul, in his letter to the Romans, reminds us that we are plunged into the very death and resurrection of Jesus. The Greek word baptizion means to plunge. Baptism, when it is symbolically performed, includes totally immersing a person underwater 3 times. The graciousness of God is manifested through baptism. God is always there to raise us up to a new life. Our new life in Christ Jesus is due to the kindness of our God. Turning to the gospel now, our gospel challenges us to look at what is our highest priority in life. Jesus remarks that if we place our family or our style of living on a level above our relationship with God, then we may lose it all. Our number one priority has to be our living out our relationship with God. Tied into that, we must be willing to risk it all by picking up our cross and following Jesus. Then we will be able to recognize the prophet, the righteous, and the needy in our midst. We will extend to them the hospitality and graciousness they deserve, because they are the chosen ones by God. If we seek first the reign of God in our lives, then all the other pieces of the puzzle will come together. If we realize the graciousness of our God towards us, then we will extend that same graciousness towards others. When Jesus says, put God above our family, he means when we center our attention on God, we will be able to love our family better in a more godly way. With all our relationships, if we seek the reign of God over us, everything will fit into place. We will become more gracious, more hospitable, more loving to everyone in our situation. We will put to death our selfishness. We will die to sin. Everything will fit into place. We will be the best spouse. We will be the best parent. We will be the best child we can be to our family. We will give the most to our job and to the people there. We will reach out in service to our community. We will care for those who need us most. We will be gracious and hospitable because we know the graciousness of our God. And we will express our gratitude by our gracious actions.